Welcome everyone to the Open-E webinar. Today's topic is about how to bypass the software installer and directly boot Open-E DSS V7 so you're not asked about the software installation. And you could do this very simply, and I'll show you. This seems to be a little more of a tips and trick for a lot of our partners and end users that want to just directly boot into DSS without installing it on a boot media. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you where to download the DSS V7 zip file and unpack the zip file. Then we're going to locate the config.exe, and this will be in the boot directory. Then we're going to start the config.exe so that way you can see that it will ask you a question to take it off the default to boot directly into DSS. What I'm talking about is when you boot into the DSS regularly, when you unpack the zip file, you use let's say a USB flash stick, and you format it, and then once you use the boot install exe file, and you install the USB flash stick, your system will boot up, and it'll go through post power on self test, and after power on self test, it'll display the DSS architecture, and then it'll go right into where you're seeing this point right now. And this is where you run the software installer. And what that's going to do is take you to where you want to install DSS onto a boot media, such as your SSD drive or a 2 gigabit volume carved out of your RAID array, or another spinning drive such as a SAS or even a regular hard drive. So a lot of engineers really just want to boot into DSS without this default, because if you boot up the system, it's going to wait till you respond to this, and you may not have an IPMI or a KVM, and you're expecting it to boot right into DSS, and it's going to be waiting for you to prompt a response. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this so that way you're not being presented with running the software installer. So let's go ahead and show you how that procedure is going to work. One of the first things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go on to Open-E's website, and that's at www.open-e.com. And then what you can go is right into products, and then go right into Open-E DSS V7. You can also do this for V6 as well. Then you come right over here to download 60-day trial version. And here is the zip version that I'm talking about. So this is a trial version. It's also the full version. This allows you 60 days of usage if you want to test before you want to buy. So you want to go ahead and click download and then download this zip file. So it's about 350 megs. Once that's downloaded, and I've already done that just to save time, this is your zip file. Once it's completed, downloaded, and what you're going to want to do is you want to unpack it. So we'll just right click and we'll say extract files here. And this just takes a second. Then you're going to see these directories and files propagate as soon as it's completed extracting the file. At this point we can go ahead and just remove, just so that way it's a cleaner demonstration. Here you're going to see the two directories. This is the build number, this is the boot file directory, and of course the manual information and the quick start and the menu for the SH when it loads. What we're going to go into the boot directory. Now you're going to see a lot of files here. Don't get confused. The only one we're really going to be talking about mainly is this file, which is the config.exe file. Before you start, you got to make the boot media bootable once you unpack the zip files and copy them onto your USB flash stick. So I've already copied them on a USB flash stick, so I want to simulate this as close as possible for you. So let's say you've already unpacked your zip files on a temp directory on your Windows system, and now what you should do is just go ahead and copy these, and then go to your your USB drive that you have. So we're going to go right in here into my computer, and here is my USB flash stick. So now I've extracted the files. Now I'm going to copy them, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure that your USB flash stick is formatted. So just make sure you right click on it and format it, and then go ahead and select the default value of FAT32. Once that's completed formatting, then you can go ahead, right open into the USB flash stick, and of course paste your files. So that way you'll have this the extraction of the zip file over onto a USB flash stick. One of the first things we're going to do is, again, go into the boot directory, and you want to select boot install exe. So this is going to give you like a DOS prompt. It's going to be presented. Do you want to make this your master boot record? All information will be overwritten. Press any key to continue. So at this point, you can either do Control C to abort, or just press the enter key. And once you press the enter key, the message will state that it is now bootable, and you're done. I also recommend that you run as administrator for some of those that have a lockdown systems, or they have different policies. So bear that in mind. Now once you create the boot install, and now that the boot media is bootable, at this point what you can do to be able to bypass the software installer is to right click, run as an administrator for the config.exe. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. Here again we have another DOS prompt. It's presenting that you can go ahead and remove the run software installer from the boot menu, or you could set it. So you can revert it back to run the software installer, or you can take it out. If you have some cases where you might want to just create 2 USB flash sticks, they're very inexpensive, and just mark one as a software installer and the other one is a direct boot from DSS. So we're going to select R, and this is going to remove the software installer from the boot menu. And that's it. You're done. So this will now allow you to remove the USB flash stick and load it into your system, boot up the system, make sure that it's the first boot order of the USB flash stick that you have, and you won't have the software installer presenting itself to you. That's pretty it. It's a real short video that we're doing because we want to show everybody how to do that. Again, there is some quick start manual guides. If you go to downloads and you go into the documents, there is some manuals and quick start guides that'll help you if you want to install it on, let's say, another type of boot media such as a 2 gigabit volume from your RAID array. Always keep up to date with the latest releases. They can be located right here in products, and you can go into either Open-E DSS V6 or V7. And if you want, you just go right in here. Again, the download of the 60-day trial is the full version, so you know that you can upload the ISO right into the DSS GUI, and this also works for the V6 as well, for the V6 installer, which is right here on the left. So here, if you click on V6, you'll have the same options for the zip version and or the ISO. Thank you, everybody. Hope this helps. Take care, and we'll see you next time.